Superheroes. They're perfect on the screen, on the page, and in video games, right? Well, not always. Way before Spider-Man 2 and the Arkham games, superhero games were pretty crap. Besides a few gems like Batman on the NES and the Mega Drive, of course. Unfortunately, most of the licenses were snapped up by LJN. Yes, them. And this game was popped from them like an amorphous zit. Like Time Cop, this was another terrible mistake I made during my younger years. Just think, as a kid you love Spider-Man, you love the X-Men, and then you go to a video store and you see a game that combines the two of them together. How can that possibly be terrible? How are you supposed to know, as a kid, that game is going to suck more than a 20-foot vacuum cleaner? Now, Time Cop was bad. Okay, Time Cop was really bad. Okay, Time Cop was really fucking bad. But this is almost on a different level. It's maybe one of the most frustrating games I've ever played. Let me lay it all out for you. This game will kick your ass again and again and again without as much as a goodbye kiss. And it definitely won't buy you flowers afterwards. Well, let's have a look at Spider-Man and the X-Men, Arcade's Revenge. Okay, so after a decent looking comic book panel and some genuinely kick-ass music, you start off playing as Spider-Man, where you are tasked with defusing bombs. You do so by tracking them down with your spider sense. It makes sense. Now, while this might sound like fun, it's really not. You can only defuse one specific bomb at a time. Even if you know exactly where they all are, you have to do it in the order the game wants. You know what? Fine, no, that does sound like something that a low-grade and idiotic villain like Arcade would do. Look at how heroic Spidey runs. It's beautiful. It's fucking beautiful. And combined with this funky music, well, that's just legendary. When you finish the stage, you discover that Arcade has kidnapped Storm, Wolverine, Cyclops, and Gambit. For some reason, because the game needs a villain, I guess. So you have to tackle Arcade's murder world. Yes, that's what he calls it. Save the X-Men, and more importantly, save the world. At this point, you're able to select a character. Each character has 2 stages and sometimes a final boss stage. So when I first played this, I immediately chose Gambit. Now, he was my favourite mutant at the time. I thought Gambit was fucking awesome, so naturally I chose him first. That was a bad idea. Because you're being chased by a giant spike ball of murder! Not only are you constantly being chased by this mincer, but you have to also deal with enemies that can sap away all of your health in no time at all. Combine that with a limited number of throwing cards, and you have sheer panic-induced frustration. That's right, you can run out of cards. Now, that wouldn't be so bad if you had an alternative melee attack. You only have this weird limited fireball shield thing. To make matters worse, at certain parts you need cards or you cannot progress through the stage, and will in turn be transformed into burger meat by the giant ball of death. I am trying my absolute hardest right now, but whatever I do, I cannot finish the first fucking level. You know, I hate 8-bit and 16-bit games that allow enemies to just drain all your health almost immediately just by fucking standing next to you. The only thing that's keeping me going is the genuinely good music. Except when I keep dying, so yeah, I don't think so. How about Storm? Her stage could actually be pretty cool, you know, since she can fly. Hell, it could be like a side-scrolling shoot-'em-up, that'd be really cool. It's not, is it? A water level? Wait. Not only is this disappointing, but doesn't Storm have, I don't know, control over the weather and its elements? Why can't she just hop out of the water and fly? So, what's her attack, you ask? She shoots lightning. Underwater. Because X-Men. In this stage, your health bar is replaced with oxygen bubbles. If they go all the way down, you drown horribly. You can get oxygen by rising to the surface. This wouldn't be such a bad thing if you didn't keep getting caught on every single little thing. Even if your toe lightly brushes against a wall, you're not going anywhere. And there you go, I drowned. Okay, next up is Cyclops. And out of everyone, they completely nailed his character and his special abilities. And by that I mean he's shit. Oh, come on, all he really does is shoot laser beams from his eyes, whinge and moan, and that's pretty much it. Okay, I'm just messing with you. I actually genuinely don't actually hate Cyclops as much as people seem to, and yes, I know that he's well trained in hand-to-hand combat. How well do you think the game has handled that? Just think his attacks. Look at that kick! It's definitely something. It's like me trying to put a glass over an enormous spider. No. As well as fighting enemies, you have to ride these minecarts around. And no, don't even think about just touching the tracks yourself. Of course, there are mines everywhere, so you have to shoot them with your aforementioned I-beams. Miss, take damage, hit them, and sometimes you take damage. That's great, that's really great. Strangely enough though, this is the character I had the most fun playing as. He has a fast and powerful beam attack, the levels seem to flow at a better pace. While I'm enjoying it, I don't actually know where I need to go. Fuck! Next. Wolverine. Well, everyone loves Wolverine. Oh, that music is just delightful. And like every stage in the game, this is balls to the wall hard. Strangely enough, you have to push a button to make your claws extend. This is just such a strange choice because there's never a time when you don't need them. So why give us the choice? 'Cause it looks cool. Well, it doesn't work, chaps. Stop laughing at me! You can thank me for your nightmares later. These bastards run around emitting that annoying noise while throwing custard pies at me all the goddamn time! I can't make this jump. Why can't I make the jump? I'm falling through the Wolverine, use your fucking claws! No, you know what? Can't do this anymore. Guess what? Spider-Man stage, it sucks. Just like the rest. The stage layout is confusing and he's pretty much just as useless as the rest. You don't gain anything from this experience except an ulcer or some kind of anger-fueled hemorrhage of the brain. The final boss is Arcade, you beat him, and everyone lives happily ever after, having drunken vast amounts of antifreeze so that they may rid their minds of this atrocity. Ironically, every single character besides Cyclops controls like absolute arse. Every stage is either annoying, boring, or in Gambit's case, incredibly unfair. The most disappointing thing about these characters, besides Cyclops, is that these so-called superheroes don't feel super at all, they feel weak. Storm in particular, a character who has control over the weather and can fly, is stuck having to navigate truly uninspired water levels. Wolverine is as weak as a wet biscuit, a man whose adamantium claws feel underpowered as all hell. Gambit is absolutely lost without his precious cards, the designers seemingly forgetting that he can make anything a weapon. Spider-Man is passable, but that's not really saying much since the game itself is so fucking unplayable. The only saving grace is perhaps Cyclops and the music, which is admittedly really good, but it hardly saves this turd. I just wish this was more like the X-Men games on the Sega Mega Drive. You know, sure they weren't perfect, but they were playable, and above all else, they were actually fun to play. If I was to put it in layman's terms, I didn't like it very much. Hi everyone, thanks for watching, it means a lot to me. If you liked what you saw or you'd like to see more, don't forget to hit the like button, and also don't forget to hit that subscribe button just there in the bottom left hand corner. And click on the YouTube button thing there to just go directly to the channel so you see even more of my videos, if you want to see all of them. And then there's the Twitter button there if you want to add me on Twitter because you're mental. Obviously, there you go, some of my previous videos at the top left as well there, and my most recent video before this one in the centre there. Thanks again for watching, I really appreciate it, and hopefully I'll see you again next time.